Hey guys, in today's video we'll be talking about Gardevoir, specifically Lane Gardevoir. Gardevoir got nerfed in the latest patch, already been a while, and has been struggling since then to find a place in the meta again, because it was very OP in jungle, which also meant a good nerf for lane, and lane was already not like the best pick as well. It was just very, very good in jungle, and now it kind of struggles in both things, because jungle Dragonite is overpowered, and in lane there's just much better characters, and yeah, you can feel the Psyshock nerf that Gardevoir got quite hard. For held items, we run Buddy Barrier, because it's Buddy Barrier, Choice Specs for more burst, and Muscle Band for just more auto-tech damage, especially in the early game, mid-game. Just being able to auto-tech someone without having to hit abilities is very, very decent. So is Gardevoir still good? I'm not sure. So there is just, I think it got nerfed a bit too hard. I think they could revert some of those nerfs and give her a small little buff again. It just feels very, very hard to play in lane now, just because Psyshock actually doesn't deal that much damage if you don't have a big level lead, which is kind of sad, because I really do enjoy playing Gardevoir. So our goal in Gardevoir is just getting level 5 as fast as possible for lane, so we get our Psyshock and we can actually start playing the game, because, right, those two abilities, Teleport and Confusion, they pretty just do nothing, right? We find a nice pick on the Pikachu here, I think. And it's always important, just because you have Muscle Band, to auto-attack a lot. Now we just look for a quick score for some XP. My team actually cleans up the other guy as well. So how good is Gardevoir in lane? The biggest problem is that you have to compare Gardevoir to characters like Pikachu, Ninetales, Sylveon, who are just performing better, who have much better early game, who are much safer characters, who have, are not as hard to play, maybe. I mean, Gardevoir does take quite a bit of skill, doesn't have mobility and stuff, has hard skill shots. They also added this cool feature though, where when you use Psyshock, your camera actually zooms out, so you have like more vision and you can see more, like you can maybe, aim your Psyshock a bit better after using it, which is quite interesting. I actually kind of like it. It takes a bit to get used to. And yeah, and also in this video I want to talk a bit about how to farm experience efficiently, because that's something people just don't really know. They just run around and they ignore a lot of farm that's on the map. And so my goal every game is pretty much just getting to level 13, 14, 15. Doesn't matter what character I'm playing, so I'm the strongest as I can for the last teamfight of the game, which in solo queue is the one that matters the most, because most games still get decided by the teamfight that wins Articuno, right? So the enemy's already broke our top goal now, so I already know that after Dreadnought is gone, I will be able to farm the top ice cubes, which Talonflame is taking right now. I will time this in my head even if he's taking them. Right now I know they're gonna respawn at like 6:30. So if we lose a teamfight on bot lane or we win a teamfight, I can recall and take those. And I will be looking out for those to just be farming after that on cooldown. So the enemies did the classic mistake of breaking our top goal way too early. This is something I've been talking about as well. Just don't break goals this early. You just handicap yourself, you give your enemies no free experience, unless you can really, really snowball the game very hard and just keep pressuring their T2 turret and start breaking it as well. And then go to bot lane and start breaking bot and get a huge point lead, which doesn't really happen that much in solo queue, especially if you don't really have big split push characters. So here we hit level 7, laning phase was quite rough, but we did make level 7 for Dread. Try to kill the Lucario, who's very, very strong already. He was very high level. And here we get Talonflamed. Talonflame is very, very hard to play against as Gardevoir. Just Brave Birds me on spots. And right now I'm like, okay, this looks kind of rough on bot lane. I'm just gonna farm. Already now I'm not going to run back bot. I'm not going to run to this Dreadnought fight. Our jungler's top lane, or like our Talonflame is top lane anyways. Dragonite just respawn, so if the enemies just do it now, it's probably over anyways. So we will just start farming ice cubes, because we need level 9. Find all the XP we can get. And if Talonflame Dragonite can maybe steal it, Dragonite actually ults into the Dreadnought fight, and Talonflame is also flying in, and they actually get it. They actually steal it away, which is now, suddenly I'm from level 7 to level 10 in like just a few seconds, like 30 seconds. I made it from 7 to 10 after taking these, and I will just prioritize farm. And as well, again, I cleared my ice cubes on top left, and I will time those in my head. They also have a 1-minute respawn timer, and I will just try to be aware of when I take them, so I can just farm them efficiently on cooldown, because there's something people just really, really like to ignore, especially on characters like Gardevoir who need experience. Whenever I see my Cinderace just jumping towards the fight instead of taking those, I die a little bit on the inside, okay? So if you're one of those, try to farm these, try to pay attention. I already know that they're going to spawn soon again since I took them. And we can also hover around top just to like defend the score a bit, because Lucario is looking for something. But as soon as they spawn, we start paying attention towards them. Obviously, if someone tries to score on top lane, we try to defend it as good as we can, which doesn't happen right now. So now we take another round of ice cubes. And now my next goal is to have my ultimate for one of the next objectives that spawns, probably Rotom. or Dread, but I will probably fight for the Rotom since I don't want them to get Rotom and have a strong push on top. Here, I really didn't want to ultimate. I thought my Moonblast would stop the Talonflame capturing, but it actually didn't reach the damage. We barely live here. We kind of pick on Talonflame. He doesn't have Unite move now. I really didn't want to Unite just for the reason that I want to have it for the next team fight, right? Which is much more important to win. Even if I die there, my team can still defend, right? And I'm gonna respawn, I will be ready for the top fight. So just ulting there is a huge mistake. Here I'm pinging the Rotom. You can actually ping by pressing minus, moving your right cursor, and then you can press A and you can point somewhere or ping somewhere on the map. I don't know if people pay attention to it, but yeah, that's something you can do if you want to. That's also something I don't think everyone knows, that you can ping. Now we just look for a fight. We stun the Talonflame, who's kind of just running into us. He doesn't have ultimate, he just dies. They are outraged Dragonite. Try something, can't really do much. I still want to ultimate here. It's probably the last time I can ultimate. So I'm just ulting here to Buddy Barrier someone, Buddy Barrier myself, get stat bonus. Sadly, my ultimate didn't really connect to anyone. But we still have a big stat boost now, move speed, which allows us to kill the Pikachu. We also kill the Eldegoss. And now we can pay our attention to Rotom. And already the Ice Cube spawned on the left side again. So I'm just going to take this crap. And I'm recalling. I'm just instantly taking those Ice Cubes again. I think maybe I should have pushed with the Rotom, but I was very low in HP, right? So it's just not really worth it. Either my team gets it in or they don't. And I'm just going to take the safe experience, which is just very, very, very more important than, you know, maybe potentially pushing it in. Talonflame might have ultimate again if he recoils and goes top. So my team actually also got Road Dreadnought again. So this game is looking great. I'm already level 13. Just taking all the buffs since my team is busy, right? My team is actually scoring bot lane while Rotom is pushing on top. So my team did this very well. You can use Rotom as a distraction to just do things. Like my team is scoring bot, I'm farming. So we're winning a lot of time just by having this Rotom, being able to push top lane and making the enemy busy thinking, oh my god, if we don't defend this, they're going to get so many points. People overcomment for defending it and yeah, be able to find big XP, big scores, and already level 14, and there's still 1 minute to go, which means I am looking for level 15. Having high level on damage characters is very important, since per level you get a lot of special attack, and especially late game, the jump from 14 to 15 is a huge difference in special attack. Especially on someone like Gardevoir, who has very, very high base special attack. She gets a big boost from it. So we're just looking for level 15. Ice Cubes are spawning again, I took the bear. I know these Ice Cubes are spawning. My team is fighting there, so after this Ice Cube, I'm kind of looking for maybe having to defend top, but my team is doing quite well on its own. And now we just take 2 Ice Cubes again, which means, yeah, we will be pretty much level 15 for the last team fight of the game, which is the most important one, as I said again. Especially in these solo queue games. Just a lot of games are still decided by the Articuno, which makes sense. I mean, it's very hard to close out the game without it, without communication, right? So take the blue buff, get level 15, and then we start positioning for Articuno. As Gardevoir, I kind of want to find Moonblast out of vision, so I kind of want to be here in the brush and then look for max range Moonblast. So I know my team is scouting, so I'm scouting over here. If someone face checks into me, I can just Moonblast him, I can maybe blow him up. This was very unfortunate, the crab spawned right at the moment I wanted to Moonblast the Pikachu. And now we just try to stay on max range, still weave in auto attacks as much as we can. And just try to hit stuns on whatever is chasing me. My team actually decides to just flip Articuno, which is honestly not the worst play, because we have Hyper Beam, we have a Fluffy Tail Talonflame, and 2 or 3 characters were on me, so my team was still more on Articuno. Sadly, I still hit a big ultimate, but I wish there would have been like a more fun team fight to close the game out with. But yeah, I mean, I think it's fine that we flip it there. I'm still not the biggest fan of it, instantly doing it like this, but we have the better last hit tools. So it's not really a coin flip if my team does it well, right? If they're confident on doing it. So how do we think about Gardevoir? But again, I'm just not sure. Like again, in jungle, it doesn't really have a space right now, because there's much better junglers. In lane, there's much better laners, but the character is still very fun, and honestly, it doesn't feel terrible. I hope they buffer a bit again. We still find a nice, I mean, the game is pretty much over, but we're just having some fun now. And just trying to, you know, at least make up for not having a team fight in the end. Yeah, I mean, I think the character's fun, but I just don't think it can compare to other mages as much anymore. Till we joined the Talonflame, who's probably already done with the game. He knows it's over. But the enemy team doesn't allow me to have it. So, you know what, we just kill them quickly. They wanted to ruin my fun, and yeah, Moonblast is still a pretty good ability there. We stop the E-speed before it hits me, so we get a nice last kill. So efficiently farming is something, it's actually quite straightforward to efficiently farm, especially on carry characters, but that's just something people are just not doing. If you play a carry, try to always be 13, 14, 15 for the last team fight. Very, very important. One of the best tips I can have if you want to rank up in solo queue is farming. You don't have to do much for it, you just have to take it. There's not much behind it. It's very straightforward. You don't have to kill anything, you don't have to score. Those things are a safe experience that can make you win team fights, because again, levels give you a lot. I was actually quite surprised. I did very good damage this game. I thought I was like mostly farming, but I still 95,000 damage, which I was kind of happy with. Pretty reasonable. But yeah, that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and don't forget to like and subscribe. And see you in the next one. Bye!